There's nothing worse than when a situation goes wrong and you knew you had no business dealing with that person that you're dealing with. Or you knew you had no business going where you went or doing what you did. Let's start with that. Let's start with the places. I think with all of these things, whether you're a Bible believer or not, we call it the Holy Spirit, you call it what you want to, but there's a feeling that you get when you know you aren't supposed to be somewhere or doing something or being around somebody. But let's start with places. If you have no business being there, that's a key indicator. You should be at your job. You should be at your house. You should visit people who care about you. You should go places that have something positive going on there. You should not go places where you know something is about to happen that could get you arrested, get you a bad reputation, cause you to make enemies, make you lose money, make you sabotage relationships with people that you should have. If you have a good friend who's been loyal to you, what are you doing with somebody who treats your friend bad and that's supposed to be your friend, and your friend especially is the type of person who's mostly innocent and doesn't bother people? That's the type of person that bothers people like your friend. So if you're a good person and they've turned on your friend, they're going to turn on you eventually. I'm sorry. I turn this air conditioner on in here and my head gets cold. Anyway, so you got to be aware of the company you keep, because genuine people see what kind of company you're keeping. When a situation can involve police asking, where were you on this night because something illegal happened, you shouldn't have been there. You shouldn't be on your way there. If there's a situation where you need to be taking care of some business and you have a choice to be somewhere that's not profitable versus somewhere that is, you need to choose the profit, and you need to choose what's going to help make you better. If there's somewhere that somebody wiser than you has told you, avoid that place, whatever it may be. You know, people live to be a certain age for a reason, especially now with so many young folks dying. Pay attention. Ask why if you just need to know, but at the end of the day, listen to wisdom, because wisdom is so much better than getting your tail kicked or learning stuff the hard way. Hard-bought lessons cost you money, time, heartache, and pain. Listening to wisdom at the worst might hurt your feelings, and maybe you don't get your curiosity settled. But curiosity killed the cat, and curiosity can kill you if you ain't careful. What about, let's see, we talked about people, places, doing things. What about things that you shouldn't be doing? Well, I think it's a no-brainer. If you're breaking the law, you need to go ahead and abandon said activity. Because the day, I know you see other people get away with it, but when you decide, oh, well, other people do it, I'm going to be doing it too. And your mugshot's going to be on the TV, on the news, holding that number in front of you. If you're doing something that's going to hurt somebody and you're not defending yourself, I'm not telling you to be a punk or a chump. If somebody's trying to hurt you, or especially your loved ones, especially if you have a mother or a daughter or a wife or a girlfriend, careful with the girlfriend thing. And these days it's unfortunate, but I guess careful with the wife thing, but you know what I mean. Your people who are definitely in the right, definitely loyal to you, and if they're a weaker vessel, yes, okay, hey, you defend yourself and you defend yours. I would say be choosy in defending items. And I'll tell you a story, and I'm so glad I came to my senses. I had a situation where somebody borrowed an item, didn't return said item, and I was going to have a talk with this person in person. But you know what? When I put do's and don'ts together, and I put cost versus the positives and the negatives together, or what I could gain and what I could lose, I could make that amount of money back in no time, literally in less than a day. Yes, the principle mattered, but at the end of the day, I was dealing with a person who I shouldn't have been dealing with. I was trying to help somebody out who I knew from the past, but the guy had a bad reputation. And the guy ran a scam on me, and it's cool, because you know what? For that little value of item, I ain't never got to deal with that person again. Maybe when I was a kid, it might have gone different, but in the reality of the situation, it don't need to. Whatever that price is, you paid that price to get rid of a problematic person in your life. Let them go. Let that problem go. If you're doing something that seems like it's too good to be true. I had a friend of mine who I believe is a good person at heart. A lot of people, well, this is a former colleague. Nice lady, misunderstood, but for the most part, I don't agree with how she does some things sometimes, but she's never done anything to me personally. But she tried to put me onto an opportunity. And this was supposed to be one of these deals where you pay, listen carefully, where you pay monthly into this business, and it's supposed to be dealing with crypto, and you get a return every month you win. Crypto's been down for the whole last year. How are you supposed to get a return every single month? The only people who darn near always get a positive return are politicians who have inside trader information that they're not supposed to have anyway. But okay, they have a clear leg up, and they can still lose sometimes. But crypto isn't the same as stocks, even though it's tied to the stock market and tied to the tech industry, but it's down. So if the market's down, how are you still generating a profit? That's what you call a Ponzi scheme. Meaning you start at the top. Hey man, if you pay me $100, I'll let you in my organization. Get your friend to join too, and they'll pay me $100, but I'll give you 20. Get two more people to join at $100 a piece, and I'll give you $20 a piece for them. And you tell the people on that third row, they pay me the money, but I'll give you another 10 for what they get, or for what they give me, but I'm gonna give them that same 20. See, it's cool as long as people keep joining, but as soon as people stop joining at that bottom row, the person at the top says, well, we're having problems with the website, technical difficulties. We'll be back in 30 days. That website ain't opening back up. That's what you call a Ponzi scheme, or a pyramid scheme, or multi-level marketing. If you hear somebody telling you about you joining some type of club and you're going to profit just because you're in the club, and the more people you get to join, you're going to profit more, run. You shouldn't be doing that, because it's too good to be true. There's no substitute for hard work, no substitute for having skills. Oh, how about this? Hey, if you carry this item for me, you don't really know me, but I tell you, you carry this item here, there, across the border, don't look inside the item, just take it there, and hey, I got a good chunk of money waiting for you. Matter of fact, here goes 1,000 right now. Here's 5,000 right now. You get the other 5 and 10 when you get done. Run. You could be transporting drugs. You could be transporting bodies. You don't know. So you be careful with anything that just seems too good to be true. Even if you talk about something like being a rapper. God, I got to make a video about people getting into the music industry, but shoot, that might be the most dangerous job in America. Shout out to a YouTuber called Ayo Canseco, the Rap Trap. You need to look at the Rap Trap if you want to be a rapper, because it might not be what you think it is. Lastly, let's talk about people who you have no business being around. Now, this gets complex because it can be different between males and females. We can even start with children. If you know there's a child who's supposed to be with his or her parent, and you're trying to keep that child from his or her parent, or you know somebody else is in a situation like that, you be careful and you get away from that situation. If you're a young man, if you're whatever, and you're having a romantic situation with somebody who is the 2-year statutory rape limit, and they're beyond that limit, and they're that young, hey, you're gonna have to leave them alone. That can come back on you. You see all these celebrities that are getting caught doing that. You shouldn't be there. You shouldn't be dealing with that person. I think it should go without saying, but if said person is going to do something they shouldn't be doing, or going to a place they shouldn't be going, or they frequent places they shouldn't be, or that you shouldn't be, you got to leave them alone. There's a such thing as being guilty by association. I made another video called When You Grin, You're In. You need to watch that video to understand what that means. But don't put yourself in the company of people if you don't want the consequences of their actions, whether it be now, in the future, or in the past, or on a consistent basis. My young men in particular, since this is a channel geared towards men, let's talk about these ladies. Well, I'll talk about the ladies first. Now, and I'm going to make it quick with the ladies because they like to argue and fuss and get your channel shut down. But look, ladies, y'all, I see a lot, and I've been hearing this my whole life. Where are the good men at? But I think I might have said this in another video, but I've also been seeing since I was a child. I even see it in children's lives now at the school I work at. But in real life too, you want to deal with the guy who has, a reputation for, being a fighter or violent or something like that, or, ain't nothing wrong with having money. Get your money right. So I'm not going to say dealing with the guy who has money is a bad thing, but it needs to be for the right reason. But when you're dealing with the man who is going to honor and protect you or treat you with respect versus one who's going to have fun with you and leave you high and dry, you know that. So, I mean, hey, sometimes y'all ladies better stop going after looks and muscles and money, and you better look at some content and character, because a man is still a man. But fellas, y'all need to do that too. And that's going to be my last closing category here. Fellas, I understand that women are there's very beautiful women who have features and things that they do that you might really like and all that good stuff. But hey, number one, you got to ask yourself why. Why is she here? What does she want from you? Is she just showing up because you have something? I remember one time when I was in school, when I was in middle school, I had a girl asking me what I was going to buy her for her birthday, and all this kind of stuff. And, I didn't really go for it. It didn't sound right. But I went home and talked to my dad. And he was like, boy, you better not buy that girl anything. You're 11 years old. What are you talking about? And I was like, okay, it seemed like it didn't sound right, Dad. I've had females decide to ignore me all school year when I was a kid. But when it's time to take finals, hey, baby, I like you, right? You going to help me? If I slide you my paper, will you do my test for me? Nope. As a matter of fact, I had that happen one time. A chick slid me her paper for to do a final exam for. I marked every answer wrong too. She hadn't spoken to me all year. I'm like, okay, yeah, you're going to take this class over again. Nobody's going to play games with you. Anyway, that was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. But, and then she was looking like, well, why did I fail? I don't know. Anyway, you don't want to deal with females who are just using you for the wrong reason. I don't care how good it feels, fellas. People who are there for the wrong reason, or who just show up when they want something, male or female, that's a no-go. Your homeboys who like to fight and who like to get into problems or sell or do drugs, that's a no-go. Your homeboys who want to run scams, that's a no-go. Your homeboys who want to goof off all the time, that's a no-go. Anybody who's being disrespectful should close on this one. Hey, there's a difference between disagreeing and being disrespectful. When somebody shows you they're a disrespectful person, you got to go. Because if it's a guy, they're going to get you in some trouble or end up with you getting in a situation you don't want to be in. If it's a young lady, that's an easy turn to domestic violence or something like that, or accusations or who knows what. People who are dishonest. Somebody lies to you, I guess you could, and you consider if you want to put people on probationary periods in life or not, but you better not forget. You definitely better not forget what they put you through. Follow your instincts. If nothing else, if you're not sure, if something doesn't feel right, the same way you know when something's too good to be true, if something just doesn't feel right, slow down, analyze, ask the right questions, and at the end of the day, time reveals all. So if you can't do anything else, just wait and be patient.